This is still preseason, right?
Wow. You have to get up, do what they do. But that was insane. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come on, I make go records, baby. I'm liking this.
Hello and welcome to Hawks Recap. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. The Blackhawks were over in Europe for their first game of the season, over across the pond, more specifically Prague, Czech Republic. NHL Global Series against the Philadelphia Flyers, and the Blackhawks lose this one by a score of 4-3. Now, to be honest, this didn't really come as too much of a surprise to me. Blackhawks without Calvin DeHaan and Connor Murphy in this game, two key parts of their defense missing, and the Flyers are a good team, so you're missing some important pieces on your back end to a team that really struggled on the back end last season. It was a tough task. Not only that, but you look at the history between these two teams, the last 25 years, the Blackhawks have not beaten the Flyers away from Chicago in the regular season since November 9th, 1996. That's insane. Now, we did win in Philadelphia during the 2010 playoffs, but we're talking regular season. Blackhawks struggling to find a way to beat a Flyers team wearing the orange. It's just ridiculous. But at least we beat a European team. See, I know a lot of people want to make fun of the Flyers for losing to the Swiss team in preseason, but it's preseason. Results don't matter at all. And really, it probably worked out into the Flyers' favor more than anything because it kind of gave them a little bit of a spark or a kick in the butt going into this first game. I thought that result, if it really meant anything in the preseason, probably actually helped the Flyers more than it hurt. Now, both teams started off pretty sloppy in this game, but that's kind of to be expected, especially for the first game of the year, and especially in the Hawks' case, since there are a lot of new faces on the team. And I'll tell you what, I think it was a good thing the Hawks spent this week or whatever over in Europe or had this European trip, because it kind of forced everyone to kind of bond a little bit, get to know each other. I think, although it didn't really necessarily help them win this game, obviously, I think it's going to pay dividends later in the season, or at least help this team gel maybe a little bit faster than it would have otherwise. Just about 6.5 minutes into this game, Gilbert with the puck in the defensive zone kind of loses it, but regains it, tries to make something out of it, passes the puck, but his pass gets picked off by Konechny, who comes in and from the dot essentially kind of rips a shot past Crawford to put the Flyers up 1-0. Gilbert, that's a bad turnover in a bad spot. In his second NHL game of his career, he made his debut last year, and he did not play well at all in that debut. But I would say, besides this really bad turnover here, besides that, you take this one play out of the game, I thought he had a solid game. He just made one horrendous mistake. But other than that, I thought he played solid, and that's something to be positive about because he probably won't make a mistake that egregious most games, hopefully. Now, this is a time where you might say you really wish that Crawford would have come up with a big save there, but I mean, Crawford came up with a lot of big saves in this game. And when you have a bad turnover in the defensive zone like that, where you're trying to break out and everyone else is kind of in the neutral zone, and you turn the puck over and it's one-on-one with the goaltender, I mean, you put any goaltender back there, the best goalies in the league, and there's a good chance you're getting scored on. It really doesn't matter. I would not put that one at all on Crawford. In fact, Crawford had a very, very good game, minus maybe 2 or 3 plays. About 1:20 after that, Patrick Kane with a nice little poke check in the neutral zone to get the puck free. Finds Nylander. He takes it into the offensive zone. Nice little curl drag around the defender's stick. Quick little release and shot, and it goes by Hart into the back of the net. Ties this game up at 1 apiece. All right, Nylander. I see ya. Now, to be honest, I'm not quite over the whole trading Henry Jokiharju thing. Alexander Nylander, it's nothing personal against him. It's an emotional thing, really. I really liked Henry Jokiharju. But it's going to take a little bit more than one goal from Alexander Nylander to make me feel better. But it's a good start. It is. I feel just a little bit better right now. But the thing with Alexander Nylander is we know the offensive skill is there. We know that. It's the other play that we need to see. It's that 200-foot game. It's the play without the puck, the movement without the puck. It's everything else besides the whole scoring thing that we really need to see. And scoring a goal really doesn't change that. So, gonna need to see more from him. But good start. So the game is 1-1 going into the second period, and quite frankly, I don't really want to talk much about the second period because it was pretty atrocious from the Hawks' point of view. And the Hawks really struggled last year in second periods, and through one game this year, it doesn't seem to have gotten any better. 6.5 minutes into the period, Blackhawks on the penalty kill, hoping it would be a little bit better this year. And unfortunately for the Hawks, a little bit of a fluky goal. And the Hawks are back. They're in good position. Flyers make kind of a cross-ice pass. Saad is right there to knock that puck down or deflect it or something. But the puck somehow gets through. And the shot is put on net. Beats Crawford, but it hits the post. And then, of course, Cuckoo turning around towards the net. The puck hits him, and he's like 15 feet away from the net. Right? Like, he's far away from that. But the shot went off the post so hard that it hits Cuckoo and rebounds and goes back into the net. Unfortunate, but the fact that we were dead last in PK last year and starting this year 0 for 1, despite it being a kind of a fluky goal, doesn't really instill a whole lot of confidence. So the Flyers up 2-1, and they pretty much dominated the entire second period. Hawks barely touched the puck. Basically, the Hawks only had the puck because the Flyers were like, you know what, we're kind of sick of it. We need to go for a change. You can have it for a little bit. Go have some fun. A little bit of fun. But, yeah, Hawks, it was a real struggle for them. And then with about 2 minutes left to go in the period, the Flyers would strike again. Konechny, once again, with the puck and just walks around Keith and puts a beautiful backhand shot past Crawford. Puts the Flyers up 3-1. Now, if you look at this goal, you'll see why the score in this game is 3-1 in favor of the Flyers. The Flyers' defense really made it tough on the Hawks, gaining the offensive zone, gaining the blue line. The Flyers just really didn't give the Hawks a whole lot of space. They played really tight defense in kind of the neutral zone, high defensive zone area. Meanwhile, the Hawks, you look at this goal, you look at where Keith is relative to the puck carrier, and the Hawks, pretty much this entire game, were just giving the Flyers a lot of space in the neutral zone and the high defensive zone, just not really pressuring all that much. And even despite giving Konechny such a huge cushion, Konechny still walks around Keith right here and still scores. Like, that shouldn't happen. If you're giving him that much cushion, that should not happen. And if it's gonna happen, well, you might as well just, take away space early on and just pressure them to begin with because they're gonna beat you anyhow. It was a little bit infuriating how much space the Hawks defense and just the Hawks in general were giving the Flyers. The Flyers just had it easy in this game. Now, the Hawks would find some life late in the second period. 13 seconds left to go in the period. On the power play, just a really short power play, like 22 seconds worth of power play time because there was a lot of 4-on-4. And Patrick Kane with the puck on the boards, half boards, finds DeBrincat across the ice all alone, and he just snipes it top shelf over Hart. Hart couldn't do anything about it. DeBrincat, the 40-goal scorer from last year, the new contract extension that he just signed. This guy, that's money in the bank right there. That's a power play goal, and that's actually what I predicted if you watch the stream today. That's what I predicted would be the first Blackhawks goal of the season. Patrick Kane to DeBrincat on the power play. However, Nylander had to ruin it and score first, but I won't put it too much on him. But the Hawks make it a one-goal game going into the third period. Now, you'd think a late period goal like that would give the Hawks a spark and make them come out in the third period just firing on all cylinders, but that just didn't happen. Flyers pretty much picked off where they left off in the second period, and continued to dominate this game. And then halfway through the third period, Crawford and the Hawks kind of give up a really bad goal. Michael Raffl with the puck. Keith chasing him down, but passes him off as Raffl goes behind the net. And not really a situation where you'd expect a wraparound there, especially with the angle Raffl was going around. But, well, he did one, and Crawford didn't expect it because he didn't even go down. Cuckoo didn't expect it because he didn't defend it. But Raffl, he did it. And, well, the puck went in, and Flyers go up 4-2. Just a back-breaking goal for the Hawks. The Blackhawks would pull Crawford with about 3 minutes left in the game, and with a little over 2 minutes left, Patrick Kane would take a shot from the point. Good screen in front from Shaw. Gets by Hart, makes it a 4-3 game, but the Hawks would not find a way to tie the game up after that, and the Hawks fall by a score of 4-3. Now, the box score said that the Blackhawks had 31 shots on goal, and although that is correct, it didn't seem like it. It really seemed like Carter Hart had an easy night. Meanwhile, Flyers, 38 shots on goal. Crawford definitely tested in this one and made a whole lot of big saves, but you can only do so much at times. But the Flyers, 38 shots, and then you look at the face-off percentage, and the Hawks, they won 38% of their face-offs. That's not good. Not good at all. You're not going to win a whole lot of games with that face-off percentage. In fact, if you win a single game with that face-off percentage, good luck. That has to get better. And even if they did win the draw, they either couldn't get the puck out of the zone cleanly, or they couldn't set up and execute a play off an offensive zone draw. Even when they won face-offs, it really didn't help them out. It was a struggle out there. Now, despite all of that I just said, there is some good news. The good news is it was just one game. There are 81 more games left to go in this season. The Blackhawks have a week before their next game. They have 7 straight home games to look forward to here. They were without Calvin DeHaan and Connor Murphy in this game, so we weren't at full lineup potential, right? There are things to learn on from this game. We can learn, we can get better over the course of the week, and we can come out and start playing better. We're still undefeated on North American ice, so that's a good thing. Playing over Europe, we're done with that. Now is pretty much when the season actually starts. We're back in North America, back in the United States, back in Canada, wherever we are. We're no longer across the Atlantic, kind of at home. Start fresh, start anew, pick up, and get better. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone who came and said hi during the live stream during today's game. Now, I know it wasn't the result that we wanted, but like I said, it's just one game out of many. And at least we have NHL hockey, Blackhawks hockey, back on the menu. That's a good thing in and of itself. So happy to be doing these Hawks Recap videos again. Thank you so much. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that as always. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions. And I'll see you next time.